Alright, it's time to make some cheesecake. This is a recipe found in the Recipe for Living Without Disease book by Aajonus Vonderplanitz. And your ingredients are 3/4 of a pound of no salt added raw cheddar cheese, 1 pound of unsalted raw butter, 1 cup of raw walnut halves, 3 tablespoons of unheated honey, and 1 drop of organic vanilla extract. And then for an optional topping, 1 1/3 cups of raw cream and 1 tablespoon of unheated honey. First step is letting your cheese and butter sit at room temperature to warm for about 4 hours before making the cheesecake. And then the second step is slice the cheese into 1/8 inch slices. Alright, after you got your cheese sliced up, next step is the instructions say into each of 2 16-ounce jars, warm half of the cheese, half of the butter, and 1 tablespoon honey immersed in a bowl of mildly hot water while making the crust. And I'm going to use, because I don't have any 16-ounce jars, I'm going to use some 1-quart jars to do this. Alright, this is what I'm going to use to warm up these jars. I got my cheese and my butter and my honey mixed up into 2 of these jars. And I'm going to throw it in this bowl here. Again, I got my my water heater set on like scalding hot, which really comes in handy for stuff like this, because the water just comes out piping hot, and it'll melt this stuff like pretty easily. So we're gonna let that sit in there while we make the crust. To make the crust in a food processor, not a blender, place the nuts, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 1 tablespoon of honey. Blend the ingredients until they become a large ball. Alright, I think this is pretty much what you're looking for here when you're done with the food processor. So you want to butter the bottom and sides of an 8 or 9 inch pie plate, and then evenly spread the nut mixture and press it onto the bottom of the pie plate, and then chill in the freezer while you make the rest of the filling. Alright, after you've buttered the bottom and sides of your pie plate, throw the nut mixture in there. Spread it out evenly. Spread it out evenly and press it onto the bottom of the plate. Alright, this is what it should look like when you're done here. Then you go ahead and throw this in the freezer while you make the filling. Alright, it says when the butter is nearly liquid, blenderize both jars of the butter cheese honey mixture on high speed for 60 to 90 seconds until ingredients are smooth, not grainy. Do not let it get too hot while blending. Pour both jars of filling into a chilled pie crust and refrigerate for several hours. And I noticed it doesn't say anything about the vanilla extract, so I'm going to go ahead and add that now, right before I get this blended in, and then get that going here. Alright, so I just got done blending this up, and my 2 jars came up with a different consistency. So what I did was I poured the jars together into 1 jar and blended it up, and I believe this is the consistency you're looking for here. So you want to go ahead and throw that in the pie crust, let it refrigerate. Or if you're making a topping, place it back in the freezer while you make the topping. Alright, that's what it should look like when you get done putting the filling into the pie tray. Go ahead and throw that back in the freezer while you make the topping. Here's some different toppings you can do. One is blenderize 5 ounces of cream, 1 teaspoon of honey in an 8-ounce jar on low speed till it is fluffy and stiff. Repeat with remaining 5 ounces of cream and 2 teaspoons of honey in another 8-ounce jar. Remove pie from freezer, top with whipped cream. Let stand in refrigeration for 8 hours. Flavors blend better when it stands for 20 hours. Topping 2 is choose fruit with low carbohydrates such as cherries, berries, and or unripe fruit. Remove seeds or stones. Chop fruit if necessary. And blenderize 1 cup of fruit and 1 tablespoon of honey in a 12-ounce jar on medium speed for 10 seconds. Spread over chilled cheesecake. Topping 3 is remove stones from 4 dates, chopped dates. Blenderize the chopped dates and 1 cup of fruit in a 12-ounce jar on high speed for 15 seconds. Spread over chilled cheesecake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make topping 1. I'm just going to do 5 ounces of cream with honey, and then I'm going to put that on top, and then I'm going to put the topping 2 on top of that. So let's get that going here. Alright, that turned out pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and spread that on top of my cheesecake here. Alright, that's what my whipped cream looks like there. Now I'm going to go ahead and chop and blenderize a cup of fruit with a tablespoon of honey, and then put that on top. Alright, so my mason jar blender doesn't blend up most stuff very well, so that's why I use this Blendtec. You can use the mason jar blender if you want to reduce oxidation, if you're really worried about that, but I think I'm just going to start using this regular blender because it just works a lot better. But so yeah, blend up your strawberries. Alright, then go ahead and spread your strawberry topping over the cheesecake. This is looking pretty good. And then once you're done, just go ahead and throw it in the refrigerator for, it says at least 8 hours, but it says 20 hours lets the flavors blend better, so I'm sure you can crack into it after 8 hours and try it out if you'd like. I'll probably, I might sneak a little bit tonight, but I might wait till tomorrow morning. But there you go. There's your strawberry cheesecake.